Alright, hello stream. Oh boy. This one's gonna be a laggy one, because this is my biggest park yet. This has 558 individual animals running around. Much more than my other two. And has 60 species. Also, a good bit more than my last one. One of my park's only like 40 something, one of them had like 50, I think. This one has 60. This park, I worked on a lot. It goes the whole map. Like, this is just a preview, since it isn't really showing off much, since it's just overview, but there's a lot of pens. And I figure I'll just get started on it. Because this park has crashed on me a couple times, because of how much stuff is here. So, let's get this underway. This is kind of like my send-off to Jurassic World Evolution 2, considering the third one's coming out soon. And as I'm going through the stream, I'll go over some stuff, like if I see a species, I'll, say if they're I might say if they're returning or not, or I'll mention some that are returning or whatever. But, as always, I usually don't check here much, but I always make sure the details are nice for the hotels and stuff, adding all sorts of little trash bins and stuff. This park took a long time as well. I haven't shown anyone this park yet, besides stream. So you guys are actually getting to see it first. Little Jurassic Park sign here. This is like the facilities area and stuff. Some fountains, more trash cans and stuff, just to make it feel more, like, alive. Now our first pen, I'm pretty sure this is the biggest pen in the park, not including Ocean. I think this is one of the biggest ones in the park. And I know it's the most condensed. This pen is based off of the late Cretaceous of North America. A couple pens I'm going to make, like the first ones I'm going to stop at, are all kind of usually like linked to each other in some way. Eventually I kind of drop that theme because it's hard to link everything together. But this pen is home to a lot of different species. And in this pen, I will show off all of them, of course, and, show you guys all the stuff I did. So, of course, you have Edmontosaurus. It has plenty of open space, it's just not using all of it, because it's being dumb. But there are 10 Edmontosauruses in here. This is actually a nice screenshot. I don't have many Edmontosaurus screenshots. That's good. But in this pen, all the animals here are from late Cretaceous, North America. Give or take. I'm pretty sure basically all of them lived in the same... Yeah, all of them lived in basically the same area. It could have lived in different areas, but they all, all North Cretaceous America. So there's 10 Edmontosauruses in here. I think there's 14 Struthies. Yeah, there's 14 Struthies. There's also 10 Packies in here. Not 10, there's also 14 Packies in here. And again, they're not missing open space, they just tend to not go where they're supposed to and, like, don't look around the whole pen. They have looked around the whole pen, but they'll do this. Like, they're not even using half the pen. Kind of just being stupid. They have plenty of room, as you can see. They're only using like a half of the pen. and saying it's not enough. But all the environmental needs were met. Every dinosaur should have 100% if they claim their whole territory. Like, more than 100%. Like, it should be way overdone. But yeah, there's 14 packies in here. I think I have 4 Alamosauruses in here. Because I like these guys a lot, and, you know, North Cretaceous America. So all these dinosaurs would have actually lived together in some areas. In this pen as well, of course. I actually realized I didn't really have any of these guys. But in my other 2 previous parks, I did not have Triceratops. Like, you know, the classic, just regular Triceratops. So in this park, of course, I had to have it, since, you know, I didn't have it in the other pens. I have 6 trikes here. Again, they're just not using the full territory. There is plenty enough food, you know, room and stuff for them. There's being dumb. But yeah, there's 6 trikes, and also 6 Ankies, wherever the fuck they are. Also not going near where I put their food. But yeah. There are also 6 Ankies. I did a lot of the colorings for some of the ones in here. Or maybe a few. Like, I made sure I had Bumpy and the other Anki just to have, like, you know, a lot of some classic colors as well. But yeah, here's the overview of the pen. I kept, like, the bumps in the back so it wouldn't, like, the foliage wouldn't look too weird. It still looks nice. But it's very, like, it's very crowded in this pen. Like, if I do this, they're not even using this part, which is kind of annoying because there's a lot of stuff over there, but, you know, can't control what the dinosaurs do. They're just gonna do what they want to do, and if they're not gonna use their full pen, they're not gonna do it. But they have plenty of room to roam. And I'm pretty sure this is the most densely populated. This is the most populated pen in the park. But it's also, like, one of the biggest. If not, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think it's the biggest herbivore pen. But yeah, this is the first pen I made in the park. It's probably one of my favorite herbivore ones I've made, because all these guys would realistically live together, so it's nice to kind of put them all together in one big pen. Now, I usually, like, do carnivore pens later, but in this park it was kind of like a mix. I would do herbivore, carnivore, herbivore, carnivore, and then, like, back and forth a little bit. Like, over here, I'll get to them, like, in a little bit. That's where I have the T-Rexes, since they also live in North Cretaceous America. In this park, I also have no scavengers, so there won't be any little things breaking out or starving on stream, because those guys really pissed me off last time. And behind the North Cretaceous America pen, I have the late Jurassic North America, home to 4 Brackies. Everyone knows Brachy. I have 2 designs from Jurassic Park 3, and 2 designs there from, like, the base design from Jurassic Park and Jurassic World. In this pen, I also have Stegos. Again, they could find more forest if they wanted to. There's plenty of room. This pen's a bit slimmer, but there's also not, like, as much animals in this one. But there's still, like, ample room. And this pen, since I hadn't used them yet, I also have Camarasaurus. Sauropod I haven't used yet, and it likes all the things in here. So it fits perfectly. Also for these guys. These guys aren't like they're not small sauropods, but they're not like super large either. If I saw them next to a brachiosaurus. Yeah, right there. This is a good comparison shot. They're not too much smaller, but they are noticeably smaller. Still big sauropods though. And there's 4 of them as well. And there's no. Hello. And in this pen as well, I also have Dryosaurus with the other things from the Jurassic. I also use like a kind of a different tree type mostly in this one to keep it looking different from the, you know, late Cretaceous one, just to keep it different. Yeah, in the last pen I was doing, and this is North Cretaceous America, like that's what I based this pen off of, and there are Ankies in here. And it says missing fruit, but they're just not in the right area. There is plenty of fruit, they just haven't, you know, they move out the area where there's fruit sometimes because how big the pen is. But yeah, in this pen I have Anki, Triceratops, Pachycephalosaurus, Dirthiomymus, and Alamosaurus. You know, a lot of the, you know, late Cretaceous, a lot of very popular late Cretaceous North American herbivores. Probably one of my favorite herbivore pens, honestly. I just passed over it earlier in the stream. Oh, that person left, okay. Sweet. Oh, and this one I also made sure to have some Jurassic Park, like, 2 designs, like Jurassic Park designs and some Jurassic World looking ones, so Jurassic Park ones and then, you know, Jurassic World Stegos. I like them both, but I like the Jurassic Park design of these guys better. But yeah, in this park, I don't think there's a pen, like, I dislike. In some of my like, previous ones, or at least yeah, and some of them I had ones like, it could be better. Those are both Troodons fighting, by the way. I just named one of them. But, and some of my past parks, I had some stuff that I'm just like, I don't really like it that much. This park, it's different, because I like everything here. But, going back over here, back to North Cretaceous, Late Cretaceous North America, we have the apex predator of the, you know, of Late Cretaceous North America, Tyrannosaurus Rex. I do not need to explain T-Rex. I think everyone knows T-Rex at this point. And instead of having scavengers in here, like I did on some of the other parks with the apexes, I put 6 apexes instead of 5 apexes and some scavengers. Which gets a lot more rating and actually makes them want to use more of the pen. Since they want to space out more. In this pen, since I didn't have her yet, I put Rexy. This is her design from, I think, yeah, Jurassic World Dominion. I have her in here. I think I did all these guys' patterns. Like, all the apexes, I did their patterns. So I can have them how I want. I have Sandstorm, Swampy, He's like a green T-Rex with some like red on his head. Polar. Nightshade, which is the one that was behind Rexy. And I also added her later on. Big Edie. I decided on the 6 Apex thing later on after I decided I was doing Scavengers, so she's like... I added her quite a bit after the others were in here. But... here's the pen overview. I think this is probably my favorite T-Rex pen. Like, I like the other one. Don't get me wrong. I just think this one was like, this is an improvement. I really like how it came out. It looks very nice. It's very sizable too. They got a lot of room in here. I also just like to watch these guys a good bit. It's fun to just, you know, see them do their stuff. This is actually the second pen I made in the park, because I was going by, like, you know, theme at the time, so I made this right after the herbivore one. But yeah, they got plenty of, you know, room to roam, a lot of trees and stuff. It looks really nice. I do like this one slightly better than my first T-Rex pen that I made on the first Dream Park. Blasting back over here to late Jurassic, I have a combo of Ceratos and Allos in here. These guys, I think I personally made like a couple of their colors, but it's mostly just, you know, I had them randomly made. There is 8 Ceratos in here and 8 Allos. So quite a bit of animals in here. Don't worry about that, they'll be fine. It's just a poison. And the reason why I can have them all in here together is because they like, in this game, they like each other, so you can have certain carnivores together. Very specific, though, and if they're aggressive, it doesn't work. The only exception is Indominus Rex and Velociraptor. They'll actually still like each other, even if they're both aggressive. These guys aren't like that, though. If these guys are aggressive, they'll hate each other. So I had to make sure none of these guys plopped out aggressive. There's some really nice colors in here. Wow, a lot of Ceratos are like in one area. You can't see them all. All these guys have names. Not gonna bother going through all of them. And I also have 8 Allosauruses. Half of them being this one that I use as the female, and the other half being this one that I use as the male. The alpha in here, his name is Leviathan, and that is based off of what we previously knew as the biggest Saurophaganax holotype that we had. But Saurophaganax isn't valid anymore, but I just think it's still a cooler reference. And since the fucking Allosaurus in this game is basically Saurophaganax sized, if not, like the Allosaurus in this game is oversized. You know, the one in the movie and in the game are oversized, so by a good bit, so it's way closer to Saurophaganax size. Yeah, all these guys also have names. Not gonna bother going through them all, but still cool to mention. Like the alphas, I did the colors of the alphas. So I did Leviathan's colors, and I think I did random for most of the other ones. Maybe a couple here and there I did it for. But here's the alpha. Romulus, he is, and I did his colors. So yeah, that's the first of the two carnivore pens. Sorry about that stream. I just had to, talk to someone. That's a nice right there. Yeah. I don't know if it's screenshot or it's just cool to see it bouncing off the water. But yeah, those were the first four like enclosures I made in this park. And there was like a theme with them, but after that I kind of let go of the theme and just kind of, you know, made cages I want to. After I made the aloe pen, I went over here and made this avian pen. I tried to use the flying species that I hadn't used yet. Or at least to some extent. So in this pen, I use Dactylus. I think there's 12 of them in here. And also in this pen, Tropeognathus. Or Trope, for short, because no one usually says the full thing.
By passing over ocean waves to pick up speed.
But yeah, in this pen, I figured the Tropes and the Mariahs kind of have like a similar beak shape. So it kind of looks cool to have them together in all one big pen. There's 10 Tropes. I do have gyrospheres on my other parks. In this one, I didn't really set up any gyrospheres just because I want to kind of pack the pens and not make them feel overcrowded with other stuff, though, like gyrospheres and stuff. So I didn't end up putting, like, really any of them. Hello. Well, yeah, I like the design of this pen. I put a lot of rocks so they have like a lot of stuff to do, and it just adds more to the texture of the environment. It can't really like make mountains in here or raise, like this is the highest I can raise the ground in here, so it doesn't really let you do too much when it comes to that. But that's fine, it still makes a nice pen when you add some texturing from it, the environment and stuff. That can be a nice screenshot. Anyways, on to the next one I made. I'm pretty sure I did all these like 6 pens in one like day. I was on like a kick. Like I was really locked in. And this pen, I used another animal that I didn't. What the frick? What died? Hello? Oh. How? There's plenty. Don't mind that. So in this game, if there's too many animals, like in one park, which this had 548, that's 547 animals, they sometimes get glitchy, and they'll get, like with the flyers especially, they'll get stuck in air, and will just starve to death. Sometimes. It's really ridiculous. I get it, like, the game can only handle so much, and it's probably not meant to be handling this much, because usually in a park you wouldn't put nearly this many animals. You won't even put, like, half the amount of animals I have in this park. But, anyways, moving on from here, and I'll get to that soon, and, you know, add another Pteranodon. I died. And this one, I have 15 Pterodactylus, since they're kind of tiny. I want to make sure, you know, you're still seeing them a good bit. They're one of the tinier pterosaurs. I haven't used these guys yet, and I think they're kind of cool looking, so I figured, hey, I'll put them into the game. I'll put them into the park so they can, you know, be seen.
Transportation complete.
This is the biggest aviary pen. It's quite a bit bigger than the other two. but that's because it belongs to, as well, Quetzalcoatlus. I have the Dominion colors on this one. Then I have like a darker one, coloration one here with some purple. They're also all named. And this one with like more deserty colors. I decided to put 3 of them in here, because why not? I wanted to make sure there's a lot of stuff in this pen to look at. Oh, I could get like a really cool screenshot here. Yeah, I think that's good enough. But yeah, in my last park, like my first dream park, I only had 2 Quetzals, but again, I decided to just put more. It's because I wanted to, and because I could. But I didn't want to overwhelm the pen with too many, so I only put like 3 of them. So I didn't have to have like too huge of a pen where it's like a lot. Like I said, you can't really do much with like mountains or whatever, so there's a good bit of elevation, but still mostly pretty open, which is fine. A lot of rocks and big platforms for everyone to land on and stuff. Pretty sure the Quetzals only really land on like the big rocks than these. For the most part, at least. But yeah, that's that pen. I guess while I'm in the aviary district, I'll just go over this one while I'm here. And get another Pteranodon up in here. Because I don't know why it does this. It's been with the Pteranodons a lot in this park. Yeah, I'll go with this one. In this pen, since that I'm pretty sure it says they like each other, I put Pteranodon with Thanosaudrakian. Which again, I don't know why they really like each other, because I don't think they even lived in the same area. But, game logic aside, I have 10 Thanosaudrakian in here, and then I had 14 Pteranodons in here. I accidentally had 14. I was originally going to put 12, but I didn't. I just figured, hey, I'll go with 14, I guess. That's not too bad. But for some reason, Pteranodon 1, which is this motherfucker, and Pteranodon 3 would constantly starve themselves, and I don't get it. It was just those 2 that would do it. In this pen, I have a mix between the Jurassic Park and Jurassic World designs of Pteranodon. I don't know which one I like more. I kind of like them differently in their own ways. This one has some nice coloration at least. But yeah, a good few have died just because they starved themselves in here because they glitch. Don't know why. It just happens. But yeah, and this one, you know, I like all the decorations and stuff I put. I put a lot of, you know, rocks that I have enough to land on. I try to make all the pens look different though, so they're not all like too similar. Or not really, you know, similar. I am positive I said that. That actually is. That's a nice screenshot. But yeah, I Thanos or Draken's my favorite pterosaur, and I still really like Pteranodon, so it was a nice pen to have them both together, and since they like each other, so it's a good fit. There's more overview, a lot of, and this one I think it has the most water out of all of them. I think maybe this one. Actually, it depends. This one also has a good bit of water, but I think it has more land. This one probably has the most water to pen ratio. Because they just fly around a lot. But yeah, a lot of places for them to land and eat. So they shouldn't be starving, but sometimes, it can be glitches because there's too much stuff going on. But, that's all the avian exhibits. I'm going on the order in which I made them, basically. Like, which pens I made, like, first and last. This park, not to really show improvement as well, just because that's how I like to do my tours, I guess. I might change that up here and there, but mostly I'll probably just be doing that. Or I'll just do what I want. I'll get to this pen, like, last of the aquatics, but I guess right now is a good time to do the aquatic pen, aquatic animals. Again, I try and design all the hotels and stuff that make them have nice stuff outside. But the park isn't really like the park itself isn't the main part of the appeal, it's the, pens. I still try and make the park look decent along the way, though. And this pen, these get pretty packed. I have 12 Elasmosaurus. And then I don't know why it's just sitting there. But I have 3 Tylosaurus. These guys that look weird looking. But yeah, they all got names. They also have some pretty decent colors. I didn't use these guys on Parkit, so I'm just like, fuck it. I'll use them since this is gonna be... Might be the last time I see them. I don't know if they're returning or not in the next game. I don't think Elasmo is either, because Lieutenant is returning, so I don't know. These might be the last time I see these species, so I want to get, like, a lot of stuff in here that I didn't already use. But yeah, the marine pens have a fuck ton of appeal to them. Because of how much I pack them. Especially this one and the one over there have, like, a lot. If I go to this dome, yeah, like, 9,000 fuck ton. Now I'm not going in exact order as I made them, because I made that one first, but I'm going to save that one for last. This pen is the only one I didn't put shark feeders at, because there's nothing in here that'll jump up to the sharks. Like, not that all other pens need them, but I see them jump at the sharks a lot. Or at least sometimes in some of the other pens, so... Good to have them just to get cool screenshots and for guests to see them better. This pen is probably the most packed carnivore pen. It belongs to 3 different species. I put Nothosaurus again, 15 of them. Because why not? I put 12 Atenaburosauruses. I'm glad these guys are returning because I think they have one of the best designs in the game for underwater reptiles. I think they cooked with this one really good. And behind them you can see is Plesiosaurus, which I have 15 of as well. This pen is a lot. Like, there's a lot to look at in this pen. And I put a lot of decorations, as you see when I go into this mode. You see all the decorations I put. Put the rocks for the Nothos since they need them, and it adds some nice, like, design to the pen. I think this is the Jurassic World design. The Campitation design. But yeah, when you're looking around underwater in this pen, it's just constant action, and I love it. Let me, like, in there so I can see it better. I made sure it looked very vibrant and pretty in all the aquatic pens, like when you're looking in. There's always stuff, because I feel like with the aquatic pens, if I don't put enough, they feel empty, because there's so, you know, they're big, but they also, you know, have a lot more up and down. The pen, since it's water, you know, you go up and down, you can't, like, swim through the air unless you fly. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff in here to keep it like full, and so people are seeing stuff a lot. A lot of visible areas to look at the map. Like I said, put a lot of like little details in here to keep it like fresh and vibrant. Yeah, I didn't really look over the stuff in this one. This one is kind of meant to feel a bit murky, in a way. But it's also not, like, too congested with detailing. That still's a good bit. Alright. To one of our last aquatic pens. And this pen, with a surprisingly low appeal of only 156, I have 12 Dunkleosteus in here. And I put 12 because I thought they were going to be smaller. Like, I don't know why. I haven't seen too much of them. And I remember seeing some stuff of them. I was like, oh, that doesn't look that big. But it is a lot bigger than you think. These guys are pretty fucking huge in this game. Even though realistically, they're probably like half the size. But they look really cool. Surprisingly low appeal, though, which surprises me. Oh, he just did it. These guys, I have the shark feeders in here because they actually use them. Which is cool. They don't need them, they actually only need fish. But I have them in here. Because I think, you know, it looks cool to see them jump up. Like I said, I have 12 of them in here. I did a couple. Their colors, they have some really cool looking colors. But they're not the main attraction of this pen. The main attraction of this pen is supposed to be the 3 Chronosaurus in here. They also have little different colors and names. They have some cool names. Fearmonger, Angel, and Lemon. I guess Lemon's not that cool, but still, these guys are pretty cool looking. I think they're returning for Jurassic World Evolution 3, if I'm correct, which makes sense. The designs look nice. I think Dunkleosteus will also be back, considering Omega's back, so I'm still glad I put these guys in a pen, because I haven't really gotten to use them much. Because I don't really use aquatics too much when I'm playing. But it's still very nice to have them. And you know, like usual, I put a lot of detailing into the pen. With a lot of different rocks and stuff at the bottom, and all the different, you know, things. Just to keep the environment looking fresh and nice. For our last and biggest aquatic pen, it's actually not our widest, I would go that one, but I'm pretty sure, like, pure, like, space, I'm pretty sure this one's, like, slightly the biggest. This belongs to Mosasaurus and Archelon. This pen is the highest appeal pen in the park, I'm pretty sure, if you count up every like thing in the pen and add their appeal up, I'm pretty sure this has the highest appeal out of every pen in the park. Like this pen has the, highest appeal. Because the Mosa is the highest appeal animal in the whole game. By a good bit. Meg comes kind of close, but not really. Or like somewhat close. Let me check actually. Yeah, it does come close, but it is 300 more. So I have 2 Mosas and 10 Archelon. And Archelon are like one of the higher appeal animals too. Like for a thing that's not like an apex or a large, I'm pretty sure they have like the highest appeal of something that's not like a large, considered a large one like Chronosaurus or whatever. That's why I put them with Mosa, so you could have a nice like mix. Let me see. Yeah, out of the non like large stuff, it has one of the best appeal. So 10 of them and 2 Mosas make up this big pen. There's a lot of rock. There's plenty enough rocks for the Archelon. Probably there's only 10 of them. You can have like fucking 4 on a rock at once. So I definitely don't need like 5 different rock spots. But it gives them, gives them place to explore and swim around, keeping it nice and fresh. This pen also has a lot of, cool little designs I put with all the kelp and rocks and stuff. The Moses have names: Reptilian and Dweller. I think they're gonna go eat from a shark feeder. I think Dweller's gonna get there first. I think they're both going to one, but I'll just watch Dweller. I'd say, like, on average, these pens do take a while, and this this park took like 18 hours, I think? Give or take. Because I'm meticulous and I want to design stuff well. But here's the Mosaic feeding animation. Always cool to see. I'm just gonna speed them up. So may as well see it twice. Like, that's just so cool. Like, you cannot say that's not cool. Ooh, jeez, that shot me over here. But yeah, I have a whole, this is like what I like to call the aquatic district, since it's like their thing here. There's an innovation center in the middle. I actually have 2 of them on this park, just because, why not? It, has all the aquatic pens near each other. Where do I go next? I guess I'll go some more herbivores and kind of loop my way around a bit. Over here, I have more. This one is more of a mix of some Jurassic and some Cretaceous dinosaurs, but mostly Jurassic in here. Just kind of some stuff I hadn't used in previous parks and want to use. Apatosaurus. These guys are always nice. You can't go wrong with a Pato. It's a good hadrosaur to have around. It's a good sauropod to have around. There's a lot of sauropods in this park. I use like most of the sauropod species in this park, because I didn't really use too many in the last one. Or if I did use them, I still want to use them in this one. Like with Bracky and Elmo. But yeah, there's 4 of these guys in here. Alongside them, there's also 10 Corythosauruses. These guys, I don't use them too much in game, but they are like a decent thing when you're playing the game, and they don't look bad, and I haven't used them in a park, like a dream park yet, so I want to use them. Since I don't think they look bad. And these guys will be reappearing in Jurassic World Evolution 3, because they are a canon dinosaur. If a dinosaur is canon to the movies, like it appears in a movie, it's gonna be there. If it's in a movie, it's definitely gonna be there. Another one that's appearing that I don't really give a rat's ass about is, I think Chunking's appearing again. Like, they're kind of cute, I get it, they're kind of cute, but I can get a cool little screenshot. These guys are very tiny stegosaurids. Chunkingosaurus. And there's also another small herbivore they like in here. There's 10 of those guys, by the way. Gigantospinosaurus, which, very deceiving name. Sounds like a fucking badass theropod. No, it is just a fucking tiny little ankylosaur. And it's because of the gigantic spikes they have on their shoulders. But yeah, kind of a big hype name for pretty fucking small stegosaurid. These guys are quite small. Like, if I go over here, where you can see the people view. Like, of course, they're probably heavier than a person, but that's not really saying much when you're talking about dinosaurs. That ain't really saying shit. For either of these guys. They're cute and all. Like, Chunking's cute, and I guess Gigantospinosaurus is cool, I guess, but there's a couple species that I'm really pissed that they cut out in the game that I haven't heard news about, and I'm really mad about it, but we'll get to them later. But yeah, this pen, it's mostly just Jurassic dinosaurs that I want to use, but I didn't have anywhere else I was gonna put Corey. I really wanted to put Corey somewhere, but, you know, I didn't know where else to put Corey, so I just put him along these guys of the Jurassic. Here's the overview of the pen. A nice pen. It has some, you know, nice texturing with a lot of plants and stuff to make it feel fresh. A lot of room for all of them. In this next pen over, I have some more herbivores. And this one also is probably like the second highest populated pen, if not the highest. I have to count. I'm pretty sure the other one's a little bit higher. Yeah, I think so. And this pen, pretty big pen, not like huge, not like super long, but it's pretty like just round. Has a lot of room. And this pen, I have stuff like Nigersaurus again. I want to use these guys since I wasn't super satisfied with the pen they had last time. So I put them in here. These guys are cool. I like them. Smaller sauropods, but still, again, another sauropod for this. I put 6 of them since they're not like huge sauropods. They're kind of like medium-sized-ish, more like around the trike size range. I also have a Iguanodon. In this pen, I have 4 Iguanodons that are the Dominion design, and 4 Iguanodons that are the Jurassic World Evolution design. I much prefer the Jurassic World Evolution design for these guys. But I still want to have the Dominion Iguanodons in there. And these guys, I felt like the last pen I did with them, it wasn't bad, but I kind of wanted to put them in again since I really like these guys. One of my favorite herbivores in this game. Like, they're always just nice to have around. And also since they're everywhere now, and you see them obviously. In this pen I also have Styracosaurus. I haven't used this guy in like really any of my dream. I haven't used him in a dream park yet, and I'm pretty sure I rarely used him in my regular parks when just playing. So I figured he can make an appearance here. And along another ceratopsid that I like but I don't use too much, and I haven't used in a dream park yet. Pachyrhinosaurus. I think these guys are very neat. I like them a good bit. I've used them. I think I've used them in a couple parks, but not like super often. I might use them more, like, you know. I don't know if these guys are reappearing. I haven't heard any news. I'd have to look at the website again. But it'd be nice if they appeared. Not like my top pick for reappearing dinosaurs, but still nice to have around there. And they're a smaller ceratopsid, same as Styrac. Like, they're not too small. Like, you could probably ride a Styracosaurus. Like, you see the people back there. They're not huge, but they're not, like, small. This pen I gave like a more snowier feel because I wanted to make it feel different. And since Pachyrhinosaurus could live in some snowier areas, so I kind of, you know, gave like a snowy vibe. A pretty open pen. It's a nice like river. It's a nice looking pen. I like it. And for last species, I add these guys later on because I want to add them. But I didn't really know where, but then I figured this pen works since it's kind of... I felt like out of all the herbivore pens, this one was like the least packed and had like room to actually add another species. Not feel overwhelming. I cannot see them. Can I get a good view? Yeah. Microceratus. These guys are cute, but also very small and... There we go. That's an okay view. These guys are cute. I have 15 of them in here, and I have a couple, you know, I have some of the ones from Dominion, like color schemes, like the red and blue. Then some just ones that are custom made by the game. I think I kept this area up here more open so they could actually, like, be seen. But they don't go there that much because, you know, they do what they want. But yeah. I like this pen. There's no huge animals in here, but there's a lot of, like, medium-sized stuff. Like, you know, Nigersaurus and Iguanodon are both, like, medium-sized animals. The Styrac and Pachyrhino are kind of, like, smaller medium. Okay, what is dying? It is a Pteranodon. Is a Pteranodon 1? It is. How would I guess? It is literally just these two. I don't know. I might just let him go. I've really tried to keep him alive, though. I'm just gonna trank him and wake him up again. Because I don't know why. Pteranodon fucking... I'll just assign him, I guess. But anyways. Pteranodon 1's always annoying, and same with 3, but I accidentally... 3 died. So, I'm gonna give Pteranodon 1 more chance, but if he somehow does it while I'm still on stream, like in the next, like, hour I'll probably be on stream for, I might just have to let him go. It's really annoying. But yeah. This is a nice pen I have. Showing off kind of like some different species in here that I haven't used. And again, I have some nice hotels around here with some stuff. Just to make the park feel more alive. Have like a, you know, hotel district here from earlier. Over here, since we're on snow environment pens, figured we can look at another snow environment pen. Sorry, I was taking a drink of water. In this pen, I have Cryolophosaurus. 10 of these bad boys in here. I really did dislike the first pen I gave them. Like, maybe dislike a strong word, but I felt like it could have been way better, and they deserved better, because I like these guys. And I also don't know if they're appearing in the next game, which is sad, because they weren't even in the first one. So they were only in the fucking second game, and they're already getting drafted, they're already getting cut from the third. Kinda sad. We'll see, though. We'll see if they make an appearance. I'll have to check the wiki again. I forget if these guys are on here or not. I don't think so. But since this area has snow, I was able to give them a snowy, foresty paradise. Which fits where they would live. So I have 10 of them in here to make the pen feel like not too crowded, but also not like too, you know, not too enclosed. And since usually carnivores like more room and aren't like, they don't like being as crowded as herbivores do. Herbivores are more used to a bit more crowding, while carnivores rather want still a good amount of room. But yeah, this pen has a lot of trees and foliage to keep it, you know, looking good. A lot of water. Just keep it like kind of cold feeling in here. With all the snow and water. Really makes it feel kind of like Antarctica, you know? Which that's why I really like the pen. And I made most of these guys look like I customized some of them to make them, they either look like they fit in a forest or fit in like a snow biome. So either way, their color palette still fits in this area. It's a really nice pen, and it's such a big improvement off the other cryo pen that I'm quite happy with this pen. Like, these guys are just cool. They're very cool looking animals. And keeping the snow biome thing up. Oh, let me make sure he there, try to make sure. Alright, whatever. He might not wake up, but whatever. We'll see. I know he'll wake up, I just hope that he'll be able to eat and all that. And this pen, since I didn't put these guys, and I actually use these guys a good bit in game. When I'm playing the game, I often use these guys a good bit, but I haven't put them in a dream park. And that is Proceratosaurus. These guys are cute. I am a snowier home just to kind of have something different. These guys lived in the middle of Jurassic. These guys are pretty cool, and they're also somewhat related to Tyrannosaurus. Not super related, but like cousins. But yeah, these guys were smaller, scrappier little carnivores. 12 of them in here. Thinking of adding more. But you know, I didn't want to overflood the pen with them. And I usually make some of the smaller carnivore pens smaller. Since in this park especially, I wanted to put some highlights on the herbivore, not take any away from carnivores, but like make sure people have some really cool herbivore pens to look at, while still having some pretty cool carnivore ones. And trust me, the apex ones in this one are really good, and they probably outshine most of the herbivore ones anyway. So why is he uncomfortable? I say, what the? What is wrong with you? Anyways, we'll get to them soon. I gave these guys a snowy home just so there wouldn't be like a lack of snow environments here. Just want to have like a couple different ones here and there. I think I customized a lot of these guys to have like snow art colors. Or a lot of them have like foresty colors and then some snowy ones. Kind of similar to how I did it with the cryos, but this one I didn't care as much and I let the game kind of do some random ones. But yeah, I still really like these guys. They're pretty useful in game because you get them pretty early, like when you're doing park runs. And they're pretty easy to take care of, and you can kind of cram a good amount of them in there and they get some good comfort, you know. Not hard to take care of. These guys are pretty cool though. This is probably one of the smaller this might be the smallest pen in the park, honestly. This sort of Troodon one, or Deinonychus. But yeah, these guys are cool. I want to see if I can catch them like hunting a goat or something. I don't think so, but that's fun. You can see them near the people for like some human skill.
Is its brightly colored nasal crest. And the discovery of this attractive appendage has led to much discussion and deliberation between paleontologists.
Alright, I think since I'm here and I'll go back there since I'm going to be on like an apex hit for a while, so I'll do the gigas in a second. Actually, I'll just come back down here and do them later. Yeah, that's fine. So, on one of my last things I wanted to add to this park, like this is probably the second to last pen I made for this park. Since I'm going way out of order of what I made them already. This pen is the Concavenator pen. And I think I put 10 or 8 of them in here. I think there's 10. Yeah. I put 10 of them in here, all named again. I name all the medium carnivores and sometimes some of the smaller ones and all the large ones. These guys have some really cool colors that I gave them in here though. Some cool whites, browns. Some like purple ones. I don't know if I like this one more than the other one, but I think it's like equal. It's just different, a little bit different. This one's more forested. There's another pond up here. Some more elevation. In the second game, I'm gonna be able to make that into like a waterfall. And in the third game, I'm gonna make that into a waterfall and stuff. So there's stuff that'll be improved to make it feel like you can add more verticality to the pens, but and you know, make them still look very good. Which you can in this game, but in the next game they're making it like better, which is good. There's 10 of these guys in here. I had them on the last pen, last stream park out of the second one, but I really like these guys, so I decided, hey, as one of the last species I added to this park, I wanted to add more. Here's the overview. I think it looks very, like, clean and nice. I like how it looks. It's very, like, they're all at the sides right now, which is kind of pissing me off, but it is what it is. But yeah, very nice looking pen with some cool looking individuals. Like, all the conchs in here are very nice colors. Where's the alpha? Liquid has some very, like, bright colorations. These guys are appearing in the second game. Third game, I mean. Fuck. So weird that there's gonna be three games. Fuck, I'm gonna keep playing them though. I don't care. They can make fucking Jurassic World Evolution 10. I'll probably keep playing. But yeah. Another nice conch pen with a lot of water, but also nice forest to fit their needs and stuff. These guys are appearing in the next game, which I'm excited for. I do like these guys, and since they were introduced later into Jurassic World Evolution 2, they weren't from the start, so it's good that they're getting in again. Since it would be stupid if they only appeared for like half of 2's lifespan and kind of got cut. Next pen over here. I really like this pen. I say that literally about like all of them, but this pen looks very nice. It's like one of the more, this is like the most deserty pen I think I have in the park. And it belongs to Carnotaurus. And it shows the different species it can like if it's not aggressive. I put in this pen Albertosaurus. Since I had them on the first Dream Park, but their pen was just okay, and they weren't housed with anything else, so it was just kind of eh. Like, I still like the pen, but I wanted to put them in here. I didn't end up naming these guys. I don't know why, I just couldn't think of many names for them. That's fine. Like, as a pen, I still really like it. Doesn't matter if they don't have names. This is still probably one of my favorite pens in the park. Very nice. But yeah, it's a deserty feel kind of for Carnos, but also like not super deserty like the last Carno pen. Like still some nice forest elements to it. And some sad news. I didn't see these guys appearing in the next game. I didn't see anything on the website, and there hasn't been anything revealed. And that sucks, because I love these guys. I use them in game whenever I can. And they're very good appeal-wise. They also just look awesome. They were added in Claire's DLC in the first game. And then I'm pretty sure they were just base game in the second one. Which is great. I love these guys. I think they're one of the best designed medium animals in the game. Definitely one of my favorites. I love Albertosaurus. This pen I felt like I could have made a little bigger, but I think it's a good size because there's not like too much in here. So you still get a good amount of like, you know, you see them often. But still plenty enough room for if they're humble, they'll be fine. Yeah, if they weren't humble, I probably would have the pen a little bigger, but I still just really like this pen. I think it came out really good, and all the designs that, well, like things I put into it really help it stand out. But yeah, I'm sad about these guys not being in the next game. I'm really gonna miss them. Like, these guys are one of my favorite dinosaurs in this game. And I'm quite disappointed, honestly, that they're not announced for a third one yet. They might be in a DLC, they better fucking be. Because I like them a lot. Since the Claire DLC came out, back when it did, I loved them. Like, they became one of my favorite medium carnivores in the game. And they're also just, like you said, if you don't have aggressive ones somehow, which is kind of hard to get, but if you don't, you can have them with Carnotaurus. And the in-game, the mixture of two medium carnivores is like such a high appeal like thing you can do. Like, if you manage to do it, it gets you some, like, really high appeal pens. Like, to match that, you need so many... Like, look over here. 45 herbivores in one area, 4,245. And this one, 10. So, like, you know, most of the animals in this... Is it even including all the ones here? But anyways, I think it might be including some, like a press rider or two. But say if all these guys were in the same area at once, they'd get, like, a lot of value and stuff. Carnivores do get more value, but they need more room and stuff. But it is definitely worth having, like, more carnivores, I'd say, while playing. That's why most of my parks end up being, like most of my in-game parks end up being, like, 2 or 3 herbivore pens, but then, like, mostly just carnivores. Anyways. But yeah, I'm sad about these guys not being in the next game, but I'm sure that they'll add these guys in eventually. Because there's some other medium carnivores I doubt they'll add in the next game, so we'll see. Like Shienzasaurus, I don't think they're adding his ass. But I think they'll add Albert later on the line. Here's another overview before I move on. Here's like the human view, like size comparison. Really shows how fucking, you know, big these things are. Carnotaurus is way oversized in this game, but Albertosaurus is actually fine size. Like, if it was realistic, Albertosaurus would be a good bit bigger than Carno. But the Carno and Al are both things that are way oversized in the franchise. Or a good bit oversized, at least. Anyways. Since I'm going down here. Who is it? Sometimes I just get stuck and you gotta remove the trees. And sometimes it'll just be stuck. Anyways. Back over here. This pen right here was like the last herbivore pen I did. These last, like, these 3 pens over here were like the last ones I made. Just as I was like ironing out the park. And this one is one of my favorite hadrosaurs. Oh, Rhinoceros! I love how they look. They're so cute. There's 10 of them in here. I hope they make an appearance because they're generally one of the most beautiful, like, herbivores they have in this game. Again, I think these guys were also in Claire's DLC. Claire's DLC really brought some great animals into the game. Like in the first game. And then they made appearance again in the second game. Mutabura is being added into the third game. There's 10 of these guys in this pen now. I like these guys, but I don't love them that much. I think they're still cool, but I think they're only adding them because they'll be easy to, like, add in comparison to some of the other stuff, like, for starting off. Like, you can just give this and Maiasaur, like, the same baby animations, and no one would bat an eye, because they're very similar. Tyrannosaurus would have to have, like, some different ones. Since it's differently posed. It walks on all fours, which is different from a lot of hadrosaurs in this game that walk on all six. They're still cool looking though. I like mutt butts. That's what people call them for sure. Which is weird because It's Mutabura, not Mudbutt, but people call Mudbutts. And this pen as well. I mostly made this pen because I had it added. Ugh, yes. Has a long yawn. I wanted to make this pen because I realized along the way there was a certain dinosaur I haven't added to any of my parks and has been like a fan favorite and one of my favorite herbivores. Homocephaly! These guys better be appearing in the next game. These guys are so cute. I love these guys. There's 15 of them in here. They are quite a small herbivore, but they're very cute. And they're very easy to take care of. You can fucking stuff them in like any random herbivore pen you have, and they'll probably, their environmental needs will be met. They're very easy. They don't need much. They need like a tiny bit of ground leaf and ground fiber. Like they're very easy to satisfy. Another rhino over here. And in this pen as well. So there's two sets of hadrosaurs, a pachycephalosaurid, and also stegosaurid. I always forget how to say this. Uerosaurus, something like that. These guys are cool though. I do like them. Like their design, probably one of my favorite stegosaurids in the game, design-wise. I think they're one of the bigger stegosaurids as well. There's 6 of them in here, same as like the other bulky medium carnivores. Medium herbivores, I mean, gosh. I'm like tripping up on my words a lot today. And I also have 6 Amargasauruses. Like I said, there's a lot of hadrosaurs in this park. These guys are cool. I think they'll be in the next one, maybe? It'd be sad if they're not, because they were like one of the, when Jurassic World Evolution 2 was being announced, I remember them like showing off Coelophysis as one of the newer animals. And Amargasaurus is also one of the newer animals. So I assume it'll be in a next game. I know Coelophysis is. Which, it'd be shitty if they didn't add Coelophysis, you know. He just got added. But yeah, there's a Amargasaurus as well in here. 6 of them. This pen's also pretty, like, highly populated. Also not, like, the most. There's no, like, huge, like, no huge sauropod in here. Like some of the other pens. What do you use the inventories? I think they're hunting some. But yeah, this pen's very, like, neat. It's one of the smaller herbivore pens, but I still like it. I think it actually is the smallest herbivore pen. I still like it, though, because it has some of my favorite herbivore species, like a rhinoceros. I love a rhino. It's so cute. It better be in the next game. And also Homocephaly. Better be in the next game, because Homocephaly is like a Jurassic World Evolution fan favorite. Everyone loves this little guy. Even if there's like other small little fellers now, like Microceratus and some other, like, the scavengers and stuff, this guy's still like the favorite little guy. Everyone loves Homocephaly. But yeah. I'm pretty sure that's the last herbivore pen in the park. Jesus, my voice is getting tired. But I may as well keep going, because I don't have to do anything, so may as well keep on the tour. Here's last overview before I go to the next pen. Also add like another top river thing over here, just, a little pond up there. Just keep the texture different. When Jurassic World Evolution 3 comes out, there's going to be a lot more cool stuff I could do. So, I can't wait to do park designs for them. Anyways, this is probably one of my up there dinosaurs, probably top 20, not like top 10, but they're up there. I really like this dinosaur. This is This is Suchomimus. I put 10 of them in here. Battle of names. These guys lived in the early Cretaceous, and their name meant crocodile mimic. If I'm correct, which I'm pretty sure I am. These guys have also been a Jurassic World Evolution fan favorite. And sadly to announce, these guys are not going to be in the next game. Which really pisses me off. Because I love these guys. These guys are one of my favorites. They're so cute. They have a lot of cool, unique stuff they have to them, and their design is it's an accurate design, it's also very, cool design. All these guys are named in here. I'm pretty sure I did, most of these guys' colors, because I care about them so much. And they also have one of my favorite pens in the whole park, I think. I really like the different, waterways and stuff I put, and the kind of, African floodplains, feel I gave it. If that's the right word to describe it. These guys have a lot of cool colors that they can have. Give them all different cool names. These guys are just incredible. And it really saddens me that they're not coming back. Look at this. They do a head bob. Schmack. They're so cute. I love Suchomimus, and I'm so mad that it's not in the roster currently. It's probably going to be added later as a DLC. And it better be. But I'm so mad, because this is one of the species I really want to return. And this is probably my second most wanted species to return to the game. If I had to choose between this guy and Albertosaurus, I'd probably have to choose Suchomimus. Unless a video comes out tomorrow confirming Sucho is in Jurassic World Evolution 2, I'm gonna be sad. Because I really like these guys. And I really want them to be in the next game. But current news says they're not. But yeah, there's 10 of these guys. With the medium carnivores that I didn't put with anyone else, I put 10. But with the ones I put with someone, I put 8. These guys I could have put with baryonyx, but I wanted to give them their own special pen. Because from the news I heard, they weren't going to be in the next game. And that really pissed me off, so I wanted to give them a special homage. And I think I did a really good job. I love this pen. One of my favorite pens I've probably made. This is probably one of my favorite pens I've ever made. Looks super nice. I love the dinosaurs there, and I love the pen. It just looks awesome. This was the last pen I made of this park, I'm pretty sure, timeline-wise, but it was all, in the same, week or 2 weeks, so. I love these guys a lot, though. I love Suchomimus. They all like to chill together. Just look at them. I'm gonna be so sad when I'm not in the game anymore. Like, they just look so good. And they're also just one of my favorite dinosaurs. Like, I like all the Spinosaurids. But I think I like Suchomimus more than Baryonyx. Especially the Jurassic World Evolution 3 design. It's probably why I like them a lot, because I really like this design in game. And they're also just a really cool dinosaur in general. They also do the sit downs to drink, which not really any other dinosaur does. They are so unique in a lot of ways that I'm so upset that they're not being added. Sorry if I'm lingering on this pen for a while. I just really love watching these guys. I'm so annoyed that they're not revealed yet for the next game. I know they'll probably be in a DLC eventually. I just really want them launch date. I want them to be on launch because they're so awesome. Well, here's an overview of the pen, and last little look at it before I move on. Again, this is like, well, probably one of my favorite pens in this whole park. Anyways, this pen is just like a hatchery pen in case I want to like drop off some stuff, but I mostly just did like, I placed a hatchery thing on the pen, you know, did that. But this is our last herbivore pen of the tour, and that's going to be basically 2 small carnivore pens and some apex pens. Since I just like to do the apex for last mostly. Even though I did the T-Rex really early this time, but whatever. In this pen, I have some pretty big and small species. This pen, since I didn't have it, I haven't used these guys in the pen, and I think they're kind of cute. Tyrannosaurus! He's keeping his head above the water. They are very tiny ankylosaurids. I like how they're all like wading through the water and keeping their heads up. There's 10 of them in here. They look cute, and I'm honestly surprised I haven't used them more before, but I think it's just because they're kind of not the most rememberable, and they're just kind of okay. Another one that I haven't actually used that much. I use these guys like playing the game a good bit, but I haven't put them in a dream park yet. I have Draco Rex. Draco Rex. I don't know if he's returning, but they could easily make him return in the next game. I'll have to check the website, but these guys are cool. I put 12 of them in here. They might be returning to the next game. I'm not too sure. I'll check the website again. In this pen as well, I also have Mimesiasaurus. I have 4 of them in here. This is the last sauropod we'll see on the tour, since I already went through like a lot of the herbivore pens earlier on in the stream. Hello. Anyways, on to next animal in here. And the last animal in this pen I haven't shown you guys yet is Deinocheirus. I have 6 Deinocheirus in here. I really like the colors that these guys have in this pen. And I don't think there's been news of these guys appearing, and I know it's going to start up a lot of controversy, because these guys are like a big fan favorite. Like, a lot of people love these guys. And I do too. So I'd be very upset if they don't appear in the next game. Here's like the overview of this pen. One of the bigger herbivore pens, but it's still nice. A lot of them often group around this area. I'm pretty sure at one point all of the animals in the pen were in view of this one thing. Which right now they're not, but they're still all in view with all the other, like, stuff that's keeping them in view. But yeah, I like all the dinosaurs in these pens, in this pen a good bit, but they're not like all my favorite. Still a nice pen though. A lot of personality with all the different species in here, bringing a lot of different. Like this pen is probably the most like species are all super different from each other, so it's a very like unique pen from each dinosaur. Like no dinosaur in here is that similar to another. They're all very different. Here's the last overview of the pen. Probably one of my favorite herbivore pens. I know I've said that a lot, but this one, I mean it a good bit, because it's very nice. I wanted to give the Deinocheirus another different home. That was probably one of my least favorite pens on the first Dream Park I made, so I wanted to give them something really good. Yeah. So I've completed a lot of the park tour. I'll double back since I'll go back, and since I still have a good amount of pens to go through. Go back over here. Alright, in this pen, this is a pretty small pen since there's not like big stuff in here. I have Troodon. I have some really cool colors. I like the last Troodon pen that I made, but I still want to add these guys since I really like them. And they also have some awesome colors. I think these guys should be returning. Again, another Jurassic World Evolution fan favorite. Like, of the species that aren't, like... I haven't officially appeared on a movie yet. These guys better be in the next game. Because I really like these guys. I use them a good bit in-game as well. I have 15 of them in here. They have a nice dense forest, but still like a good bit of open area so the guests can see them, and so they don't have to be crowded by too much forest. Plenty enough water and goats and stuff to keep them, you know, active and satisfied. I think this is the smallest pen in the park, but it's still, I really still like it. Even though it's one of the smaller pens. Because these guys can't really go with anything without eating them. That's why the herbivore pens I have on this one are huge, because you can have a lot of herbivores together. These guys don't really like, you know, they don't have anything they like. They like scavengers, but they like that because they could eat them, so that's probably why. They will eat the scavengers. And they'll chase and swallow up the compies and stuff. But yeah, that's this pen. Even though it's small, it's a very neat little pen. I still really like it. This pen over here is just a Velociraptor pen. I've had Velociraptors in all my dream parks, but this one is the only one where it's just Velociraptors. In the first dream park, I had the Velociraptors with Indominus Rex. And in the second Dream Park, I had him Spinoraptor. This is the only park where it is just the Velociraptors in a pen, and they don't have to share with either Spinoraptor or Indominus. Which is good, because in this pen, I put all, like, the movie skins. Got Blue, she's the alpha, the big one. Got Charlie, Delta, Echo, the Jurassic Park 3 one I named Quill, Whipped Cream, which is the Jurassic Park 3 female, Jurassic Park 2 male, Jurassic Park 2 female. Since they're gonna do a social, I'm just gonna stay. Is that the big one? Yeah. But yeah, I'm pretty sure all the movie skins that are available in this game, I have them in here. And then I also have some of my own ones. This is Striker. He's from like a Wild Island thing I did a while back, so I want to make sure he's in here. He's like purple and black. He looks very cool. I have Cloud Catcher. Just a cool like color scheme I gave him. Then just red. Named him Red. He's very red with some like orange and stuff. He looks cool. And yeah, there's 12 Velociraptors in this pen in total. I figured since they've always had the share and never had the spotlight to themselves, I'd give them a pen that gave them the spotlight. In this park, there's actually no hybrids. In the other two dream parks I had some hybrids. In this park, there's no hybrids because I wanted to save some of the spaces for other species I just straight up hadn't used instead of having another third Indominus Rex pen or whatever, or another third Indoraptor pen, because I think the ones I already showed off were good enough. But these guys were a different case, where they hadn't been in a pen solo yet, so I wanted to put them in here. Since they've always had the share, and I wanted to give them their own spotlight. I used the Velociraptors a decent bit in the base game as well. Since they're pretty high appeal small carnivores. They have a nice pen with plenty of room. And this time, of course, they don't mind sharing, like if they have a like species, but I did want to just have like a pen that just has them so they get the spotlight. Since they are one of the most like popular dinosaurs in the Jurassic franchise.
That are perfect for pinning and slashing their prey.
Really like how this pen came out. It looks very clean. Looks good. I'll be moving on. Here's like the overview. I think you just heard them. In this pen, this is the Giganotosaurus pen. I had these guys in my second dream park, but I want to have another pen with them because I like them. And since I have 6 of them in here, I have 6 of the Dominion designs, and then a couple of the Jurassic World Evolution 2 designs. I'm glad they're still having like the different designs in the third game. Like the Jurassic World Evolution 2 designs are still gonna be in the next game, which is good. Like the Evolution designs are still gonna be here, like this Giga. Very cool design. More accurate, way more accurate than the Dominion one. But I still like the Dominion one in its own weird way. I also made sure they're different colors from the Gigas on the last park, so it doesn't look similar. Like some of them might look slightly similar, but they're not like, super similar. Look very cool. I also kind of headcanon that these ones are like the females and the other ones are males, since it was confirmed that Zeb was a male. It says like a little headcanon thing. And those are 2 of the Dominion ones. There's Rango. Zeb is also here. Made sure to have Zeb in this park. And also Vine-Joe's. Oh wait, where's the name of the other? Oh, Gold-Joe's was, yeah, the other male Giga. All the Apexes are named as well. I'm not gonna go through all of them, of course. I think this one came out very good. I still like the other Giga pen a lot, but I think this one's like just as good, like it's equal. It's, different enough in its own way. And it still looks good. It's hard to believe that these guys do look so different. They almost look like separate dinosaurs. And they even look like different designs almost. The Jurassic World Dominion Giga is such a strange design. A lot of people thought it was like Acro. But yeah, here's an overview. I do like this pen a good bit. I think it's a nice Giga pen. It has some nice, landscaping. I try and make sure landscaping is nice in all the pens, so it has some like kind of up feelings, but also isn't like too weird looking. Has some like texture and stuff. Since I already went over the avians. I'm not missing forest. Anyways. These two also, the next two pens also kind of match up since they're both early Cretaceous. So to kind of keep that theme going later on. But in this pen, I have Deinonychus. This guy is probably being cut from the next game, being honest, because a lot of people don't really care for his design. Because it doesn't really look like Deinonychus at all, but I still think it's a cute little design. It's very different. They had to make it look different because Velociraptor and, stuff like that, they already based that off of Deinonychus a lot in its design process, so they didn't want to have, like, repeats. That was an original, like, Jurassic Park interview. They based the Velociraptor designs off of, like, Deinonychus. So when they wanted to use Deinonychus in-game, they can't just make Velociraptor again, so they made a very different looking creature. But these guys have such cool colors, and they look kind of amphibious. Which Deinonychus would not have been, but still, nonetheless, a very cool design. These guys, like this one has like some really nice coloring, which is the alpha. I think I made that one's colorings. Here's like an overview of the pen. I probably don't need all this room, like it's not too huge. What is dying now? That looks fucked up. What in the fuck? Alright, he fixed. We good. Sometimes the flyers just get stuck. Don't know what to do. Alright. Anyways. Back over here. Since these guys kind of look... In real life, Deinonychus was not really semi-aquatic at all. It looked quite different from this one. But these guys kind of look like they'd be semi-aquatic, like this Deinonychus, so I give them a lot of water. Still a good amount of land and room for them to hunt. But these guys honestly stay by this front area a lot. That's cute. I'll take that. Good. This one's a fatty. These guys are very cool looking. I know they are probably one of the least accurate dinosaurs in the whole game, but I still really like them. For some weird reason. I just think they're very unique. But yeah. Here's like the overview. There's another thing over here for guests to view, but sometimes they all group up at this one. But not like all the time. Still a nice pen though. Next pen over, there's also another like hotel district here. With some more, of course hotels and another innovation center. Kind of as a centerpiece to this area. And now we're in the last final 4 pens. I've gotten a lot quicker with my tour, I guess. Because the first one was like split up into 2 parts, even though this park is definitely bigger than the first Dream Park. I just think I didn't wait like as long to start. Like I waited like 20 minutes, half hour for the start the first one, so. Guess it makes sense. And this pen, next door to the Deinonychus, another early Cretaceous carnivore, Acrocanthosaurus. This guy's reappearing in the next game. People were very concerned because it's another Jurassic World Evolution favorite in the community. These guys have very interesting and cool colors, and they're also a pretty good carnivore to use in game. They're one of the less temperamental, bigger apex animals, which is good. They have a bit lower appeal than T-Rex, but not by too much. There's 6 of these guys in here, all with different names and colors. I think this batch, I really like Jack's colors with the orange and the black. The orange is red with some black. I think it looks nice. Still like some of the other ones though. I tried to make like some of their colors look like they'd be in a more foresty and not like jungly environment like the last time. So that's why some of them look a bit. I guess what kind of looks like it'd be in a snow biome. Same as this one. Cool designs in here though. I really like how this pen came out as well. I think I like the other Acro pen just a bit more, but I still like this Acro pen. It's still a nice pen. It still looks very nice and it looks complete. They mostly spend their time on this part of the pen. They don't really go up here, which is kind of weird, but hey, whatever. I can't really control what they do. They just kinda... The animals do what they want. But yeah. Don't have much to say about these guys since I've already talked about them. And I'm not gonna do what I think in the first stream when I was going through, I tried to I would go through all the facts and stuff about them, but I don't think I'll need to do that. If you guys are that interested, you can look them up. And you can also ask me on stream. But I'm not gonna linger and do that because I know some people just want to see the pens and see the dinosaurs and not hear a million things about them. So, but yeah, these guys aren't the most accurate dinosaur in this game, but a lot of people really just like their chunky design and their demeanor, so I get why they're appearing again. And it's good, I'm glad they're appearing. I do like them. But yeah, let's move on to the next pen. This pen, they're kind of problematic because they fight a lot, and I don't know why. I think that's just how the Utah Raptors are in this game, and it's really weird. In this pen, I have 10 Utah Raptors. I'm not going to go over all the names of the Utahs, but there's a lot of them in here. These guys will be reappearing in Jurassic World Evolution 3. They were one of the first confirmed species, which makes sense. These guys were added very late on in Jurassic World Evolution 2. So it'd be stupid if they didn't, make an appearance again. Because they just got added. It'd be very unfair to not have them again. Since they just got added. And Utah Raptor is also just a big favorite dinosaur. I love Utah Raptor. It's one of my favorites, so I understand that. But yeah, I have I think I did most of the colors for these guys in here. Basically all of them. Because I really like Utah Raptor. These guys run around a lot and fight. They're one of the more active carnivores in the game, I've noticed. Because they just like to fight a lot. And chase shit and get into trouble. And it says missing forest. They have not. They always do this. They'll go from having the whole territory discovered to not having it all discovered just because they're being dumb and stupid. Tagia shouldn't be the alpha. Should be a different Utah. I think Wolf's usually the alpha. But yeah. These guys are cool. I gave them like a different one, because the last pen I gave them was like a snowy one. This one I gave them like a more open, like a bit more open, more accurate to what they live in, like a forested area. With some hills and stuff, still some like rivers that they could explore and stuff. But yeah, I still really like this pen. I just wish they would stop fighting all the time. It's mostly a couple of them that fight a lot. Like Abraham. He fucking fights a lot. 12 wins. Tega actually hasn't fought once. A lot of the ones that have like one loss are ones that like accidentally got it when the alphas left the territory. Like they accidentally got the alpha thing, and then either Wolf or Abraham will take it back. Because they have the same, like, they're both social and humble, so they have the highest dominance. So it's either Abraham or Wolf that'll become alpha. I think Wolf has lost it to Abraham a couple times in a fight. But yeah, here's that pen. I have 2 more pens. Since this one is like very like, I use most of the map for this park. Like there's not much more I could do. Like there's this big area I could probably add some stuff, but I didn't want to like it to be unrunnable. Like so it would crash and stuff. I'm glad the game hasn't crashed while I've been playing on stream. This is probably, I like the Spinosaurus pen more than the other one. I think I like the colors I had for the Spinos in the last pen better, but I think this pen came out better. I have like this whole little display over here as well. Since Spinosaurus is my favorite, and they have a lot of stuff for Spino, so. This pen, as you can see, it's like kind of deserty feeling with the African, like, you know, design inspired. A bit more forested than the other Spino pen, just to keep like it looking textures and nice from above and make it look very like nice to explore. In this pen, I have Snock, the Spino from Jurassic Park 3, and Camp Cretaceous. I'm pretty sure they confirmed it's the same Spino from Camp Cretaceous. And fun fact about the Jurassic Park 3 Spinosaurus, it wasn't full grown. And everyone knows Spinosaurus, the spined lizard, you know. It's gotten very popular in modern day. And in paleontology, it's very mysterious since a lot of people like fucked up. This used to be an accurate design, but now we know it looks very different. Not very, it still looks like when you search it up, like, yeah, that looks like it was the same creature at some point, but it definitely has some differences now. But yeah, and here I have Snock. I have Sobek Jr., which I had a Spinosaurus named Sobek on my first Dream Park, so put Sobek Jr. here. It's a Path of Titans reference. Like, I had a Spinosaurus that I named Sobek, and then I had one that I named Sobek Jr., so this is just a homage to them. Because Spinosaurus is like kind of green with some orange in Path of Titans, so I kind of tried to recreate that, but it kind of looked a bit weird. But it still looks cool. I'm Nocturne. He has some cool colors. Frost Sail. Very like snowy design. Sunset. Some like purples and oranges. Some very like nice and funky colors. And Solar. Very like bright. Like very like... Oh, it looks very deserty. But yeah, I really like this pen. Definitely my favorite Spino pen, and probably one of my favorite, like, you know, pens I've ever made, honestly. Like, there's so much stuff in this pen, like so many different things I add, like different trees and stuff. I went all out with this pen. Like, I put a lot of effort into it. Very nice. Definitely one of my favorite pens. With a lot of room to explore and a lot of fish to eat and all that. So much room. Very nice. Like, the Spinos have ample room. Because, you know, the Apex pens, they make very big, since the Apex has a lot of room. But yeah. And, I guess since it's the time, the last pen of the park. I guess another additional thing that I have over here. I have like a little power facility. I have power turned off, but I just wanted to have like a little power facility so in Canada it's like, this is like the big power facility. I also have some more response teams around and stuff, just to have them around, just in case I need them. All that. Last pen of the park, and one of my favorite carnivorous dinosaurs ever is Carcharodontosaurus, the shark-toothed lizard. These guys, I love their Jurassic World evolution design. I think it's very cool. I don't know if it's like 100% accurate, but I still like the design. These guys are very cool. One of my favorite dinosaurs to play in Pathfinder as well. They also have all of names and different colors and such. I put the Spinos and Karks next to each other always when I did the Dream Parks, like I did it last time too, just because they lived in like the same continent at the same time, just in different areas. So if you look at the difference, this one, like, they both look very deserty, but this one has like a good bit less water. It has more like denser foliage and stuff. Still pretty open at the front, but still like, it's more denser forest and stuff like that. These guys are the most pissed for. I'm mad that these guys aren't reappearing in the next game. Again, I think they could be in a DLC, and I think that's what they'll do. But I'm really mad they're not in the base game roster again, because they're fucking awesome, and I love Kark. Literally one of my favorite dinosaurs. These sound really cool in this game. And they have some pretty cool colors as well, like that's one of my favorite color styles for a Kark in this game. That's why I made it, you know, the alpha and gave him like the stats and stuff. I named this one Bruce after the shark from Nemo, and since it's called the shark-toothed lizard. Like, these guys are so awesome. They're one of the lower value apexes, like, appeal, but they still bring a lot of appeal. And they're also one of the easiest apexes to take care of. Like, when I'm playing the game, if I went through my parks, I have a good amount of, like, Karks in just my parks. Because they're probably the easiest apex to take care of, like, space-wise. They do need a good amount of food, like prey and stuff, but, like, space-wise, they're one of the best ones. I love that roar, dude. It's so cool. Like, these guys are just incredible, and I'm so annoyed that they're not being added into the next game yet. Like, if I had to choose 3 more dinosaurs to be added to the current base roster of Jurassic World Evolution 3 that we've seen revealed, be Kark, Albertosaurus, and, you know, Suchomimus. I've expressed my dislike that all of them those 3 are being cut. Or at least not revealed yet. Either way, quite sad that they're not going to be in there yet. Because I love these guys.
African environment was warm and humid. A
Because
landscape
I fucking
rich
love
by
Carcharodontosaurus.
lush forests and plains.
Cellphops, Shredder, Bruce. He has like sharp colors. Jungle. You know, he has very like jungly colors. Sahara. Very interesting colors, and then back to Prince. But yeah. These guys I also gave a super great pen to, because I just love them. And also they're not coming back just yet in Jurassic World Evolution 3. So I wanted to pay homage to them. Like, I love these guys. So I gave them one of the best pens in the park, I'd say, you know? Like, there's no pen in this park I dislike. There's not a park in here that I would probably redo. Like, when I was looking at some of the... There's not many, but a couple on the first Dream Park, and then a couple on the second Dream Park that I want to redo. Just to do some stuff differently. This one, I don't have that. There's nothing in this game, like in Jurassic World Evolution 2, that I would have done differently with these pens, really. Because, like, a lot of them I've either, like, I was satisfied with the pen, or just made another pen that I'm also pretty satisfied with. Like, the Utah Raptor one, I probably like the other one a bit more, but I still really like this one. This Dream Park was just awesome. And it was a very good thing I had to do at the time. Like, at the time, I really needed something to keep myself busy in a single-player game, you know, just some stuff going on. Some tough stuff. So I really needed some stuff to do. So when I was doing this park, it was awesome. Like, this is a new park. I, like, started this, like, late September. I finished it, like, you know, late September as well. I just love this park a lot. It's probably my favorite out of all the Dream Parks. Like, I'm just like, I don't know, I really like Dream Park 1, but this one beats Dream Park 1 for me. Like, it's very nice. I really love this game. I'm kind of sad to say goodbye to Jurassic World Evolution 2, because I do like it, but also at the same time, I'm excited for 3, because I'm excited for a new campaign, new dinosaurs, new features, you know? It's gonna be very cool. But yeah. This is probably my last, like, big park showcase of Jurassic World Evolution 2. Kinda sad because it's a very fun and good game, but the second one's just gonna be a little bit better now. Like, I'm gonna be able to do all this again. Like, a lot of dinosaurs are returning that I have in here. But I'm gonna be able to do, like, another... Eventually I'll have a Jurassic World Evolution 3 Dream Park, and it's gonna look even better. Eventually, you know, once I get used to building with that game. It's gonna be great. And I'm very excited for the future of Jurassic World Evolution. But I am a little sad to say goodbye to the second game. Because, I don't know, felt like it went a bit fast, but at the same time I get why, you know. They wanted... Some of the features they were suggesting to add to Jurassic World Evolution 2, they need to make a different game, because it'd be a lot more work to update what they currently have. So I just wanted to kind of make like a... Of course, they're still using a lot of stuff from Jurassic World Evolution 2. And the next one, like a lot of eating animations I noticed are like the same, from what I've seen from older dinosaurs, but there's going to be a lot of new stuff as well. So I'm very excited for Jurassic World Evolution 3. Still mad that a couple aren't gonna be in the base game launch, but I assume they'll get added later, and I hope they do. Cause like Suchomimus, Carcharodontosaurus, and Albertosaurus, I love them, so I'm gonna. Sucks not having them in initially, but it is what it is. Well, I guess since I've went over every pen, and there's no one in the stream right now, I'm probably just gonna end it since there's no one to really ask questions or whatever. I've been meaning to do this tour. Like, I was gonna do it sooner, but then I started playing more Path of Titans Realism again and doing some other stuff. So I've been busy with other stuff, but since the game literally comes out in like 2 weeks, since Jurassic World Evolution 3 comes out in like 2 weeks, I know I'm going to be streaming that. So I just want to, give my final things of 2, Show my final big park of 2. And I'm very excited for 3, though. There's some really cool stuff that's coming. I'm very excited. But yeah, I'll see you for any of the people who just track in for my Jurassic World Evolution stuff. I'll be streaming 3 when it comes out. So when Jurassic World Evolution 3 comes out, I'll be streaming that a crap ton. But yeah. Thank you everyone for watching, checking out my park. And for anyone who's checking in the future, check it out. Make sure to like and subscribe for more dinosaur content, since that's like mostly what I do, because I play this, Path of Titans, and Jurassic Walkie, so there's a lot of dinosaur stuff. Also Monster Hunter stuff and some other games too. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end it there, since I've shown off everything now. It's just kind of sad, because it's probably going to be like the last time I log into Jurassic World Evolution 2. Very good game. Very fun game. Alright everyone, I will see you guys around. See y'all later.